week 4 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few running backs if you need sleeper options in deeper leagues this week. The first guy, Octavius Murray of the Buffalo Bills. So Octavius Murray, I know he's the short yardage guy for this Buffalo Bill team, and he's had a knack for the end zone for many seasons. Top 5 in touchdowns over the last 7 seasons at the running back position. So Octavius Murray not getting a lot of work, 5-8 touches per game he's getting for this Buffalo Bill team, but he's more the goal line guy, and James Cook pretty much doing everything else on this team. So the first few weeks here for Octavius Murray, week 1 at the Jets, 2 carries, 8 yards, a catch, 9 yards. Week 2 versus the Raiders, 6 carries, 22 yards, a touchdown, 2 catches, 9 yards. And week 3 at the Commanders, 5 carries, 15 yards with a touchdown, a catch for 6 yards. So right now, he's pretty much a guy, he could go out there and get you 8 to 10 cheap fantasy points if you're really desperate at a position, because it seems like at the goal line, he's guaranteed at least 1 touchdown per week right now with Octavius Murray. So this week here, it's going to be a shootout, I believe, in the AFC East here between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. And right now, while Murray's available 91% of fantasy leagues, and if you're just depending on that touchdown, maybe you roll the dice with injuries or deeper formats and take a shot on Murray this week as a sleeper. The next sleeper is Rico Battle of the Dallas Cowboys. So Rico Battle, he's starting to get some more work each week now for this Cowboy team, and he's the clear-cut number 2 running back on the roster. Obviously, they cut Ronald Jones a few weeks ago. Deuce Vaughn's barely seen the field so far this season, and he's not really in between the tackles runner anyway. So Battle, physical running back, he's been on this Cowboy practice squad and on the active roster on and off for 4 seasons. In week 1 at the Giants, 6 carries, 24 yards. Week 2 versus the Jets, 7 carries, 26 yards, a catch for 17 yards. And last week, his best game as a Cowboy at Arizona, 4 carries, 21 yards, 3 catches, 25 yards, and a touchdown on the screen. So he was in there on a few goal line plays. He's more of a physical back than a Tony Pollard, who's more of a burner and an elusive running back. So right now, Rico Battle available 92% of fantasy leagues. And like I said, he's a physical back. He's getting anywhere from 5 to 8 touches per game. But if something did happen to Pollard, he could step in and definitely put in some numbers. So right now, if you want to stash him on your team, and obviously not start him, but like I said, he's getting some work in the goal line as well here is Battle. He's available in 92% of fantasy leagues. And the third and final running back I have as a sleeper this week is Tyjae Spears of the Tennessee Titans. So Spears right now, he's been on and off a few rosters so far in the early going in fantasy football amongst leagues where people will pick him up a week, then drop him, but he's still going out there and playing a lot of snaps. And this Tennessee Titan team's trailing in a lot of ball games this season. So right now, the first few games of the year for Spears, week 1 in New Orleans, 3 carries, 27 yards, a catch for a yard. Week 2 versus the Chargers, 8 carries, 49 yards, 2 catches, 6 yards. And week 3 at Cleveland, 4 carries, 6 yards, 4 catches though, and 3 yards. So right now, he's playing a lot of snaps. A few games, he's already out-snapped Derrick Henry. And like I said, if the game script don't go their way this week versus the Cincinnati Bengals, I could see a ball game once again where Tyjae Spears is going to have to be in there, and they're going to have to play catch-up football is this Titan team. Because Derrick Henry, we know he can catch the ball out of the backfield, but he's not an elite receiver out of the backfield. And right now, getting up there in age and a lot of carries under his belt for Henry. There's times where he's taking more of a rest than he has in previous seasons. So right now, if anything happened to Henry, Spears would step in at the running back position. But right now, if you want to have a dart throw and a guy to put in your lineup in deeper leagues, I got Spears as a sleeper this week. So that's a few running backs I have as sleepers for week 4 of the fantasy football season.